In order for organisms to be fossilized, they need to be isolated from their surroundings quickly. Therefore, they need to be buried quickly, and in such a way that they are isolated from any scavengers. By aligning our thinking with the Bible, we find that this would have happened during the biblical flood. The water would have quickly overrun the land, gouging it out and redepositing it in layers of sediment. Dinosaurs would have been quickly buried in these layers. The immense pressure from the floodwater and more sediment piling up would have pressurized these layers, cementing them into rock, and thereby fossilizing the dinosaurs. These flood layers are called sedimentary rock layers and can be easily seen all over the globe.
So the Bible explains what we see.
No, not at all. See, the geologic column of sedimentary rock layers is a reference guide to Earth's prehistoric past. In the very bottom layers, we find simple organisms such as the trilobite. As we search in higher rock layers, we find fish, then amphibious land animals. And finally, in the highest rock layers, we find creatures such as dinosaurs. What this shows is the gradual evolution from simple organisms to more complex organisms.
Actually, what these layers demonstrate is how the biblical flood buried the creatures in the water first. Then, as the flood waters rose, it would have buried the lowlands. And finally, it would have covered the rest of the land, burying large animals like dinosaurs. This explains why certain creatures are found in certain layers. By aligning our thinking with the Bible, we find that the geological column is a record of burial, not evolution.
One of the interesting things we find is large-scale dinosaur fossil beds. The one we are currently in is in Utah at Dinosaur National Monument. These fossil graveyards are just what we'd expect from a global flood, with many dinosaurs being chaotically buried.
Elsewhere, we find intact dinosaur skeletons. The biblical flood makes sense of these evidences. While the raging flood could sweep dinosaur bones together into graveyards like Dinosaur National Monument, there would also be cases where the waters would kill and bury a whole dinosaur quickly. Both methods would bury the fossils before they could decay.
But that doesn't prove anything. Those graveyards and skeletons could be caused by small local floods. You don't need a global flood.
Dinosaur graveyards don't prove the Bible true. That would make evidence better than the God of the Bible. If we believe and rely on God's freely given word, the maze of evidence will eventually be made straight. If you rely on the works of man's ideas, you'll get lost in the evidence, always learning and never coming to the knowledge of the truth.
It's time for dessert.
Dessert?
Yeah, you want some?
So when you do science, you make the evidence line up with the Bible.
Oh, we don't make the Bible line up with the evidence. We make the evidence line up with the Bible.
Hold on a minute. If the flood killed every land-dwelling animal, why are we still here?
Yeah, wouldn't fish just exist now?